So, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this sort of webinar designed uh, video. I've given this video to a group of young people in a particular university. And then I realized I just have to record this one also for my students and for those young people who may want to learn about how to handle themselves related to health and wellness, especially in this time of pandemic. So it's actually a journey towards wholeness of the self. And this is actually, this video was made as first video for my developing a positive attitude for adolescents series. So again, no, my heart is so close to young people. I mean, young people. They are so close to me. They mean so much to me. I'm a professor in a state university that who handles college students, of course, trying to teach psychology, specifically understanding the self. And this is one of the initiatives that I made to reach out to young people, hopefully, that so that young people like you or teachers who may want to use this video for their students may also you are free to use this video. So the outline of my presentation. So the current context sa ating mga estudyante ngayon, at the same time, ano ba yung depression? Tapos yung COVID times, basically you're aware of this already, but I'll briefly touch COVID times. And then there is these questions raised by young people. Ano ba yung mga tanong na commonly raised by young people? And then the experience called change in education. And then the seven common distractions and how to avoid it. And then let us talk about stress and mental health. And then let's try to close this one. So the current context of students, generally, I'm talking about adolescents. So general characteristics of our young people, puberty to middle adolescent stage, ito yung puberty kasi ito yung start na may menarche na or nagdudugo na yung mga babae. So the start, at saka sa mga lalaki, may mga wet dreams na, or the, what do you call it, how do you call that one? Basically, it's called wet dreams or nocturnal emissions yun. Tapos, it happens beginning of puberty, and then there are growth spurts, may mga physical changes na nangyayari na sa babae at sa lalaki. And then has undergone, ito yung general description ng early tsaka middle adolescent stage na nag-undergo ng puberty, highlighting talaga physical changes. And then there is that state of intense emotional na mga reactions. Bakit ganun? I'll try to explain to you later. Expected at this stage to go out. At this stage, you are expected na you will be with friends, you want to go out. When you were younger, nasa pamilya kayo, gusto niyo kasama yung mama at papa niyo, tapos ayaw niyo kasi, talagang dikit na dikit kayo with parents. Pero at this time, during adolescent stage, ito yung stage na you want to go out, you want to socialize, you want to meet a lot of people, and then you want to dress up even, so that you would look like an adult, and you will act out certain roles by people that you idolize perhaps, mga television, mga actors and actresses. And of course, another context, description, you live with a family, parents and siblings, though some may live with grandparents, sorry for the spelling ng grandparents, live with grandparents or cousins, so you call that one extended family. And then technology driven, many of you, or most of you, in fact, everyone, has cellular phones, my tablet, my computer, laptop, internet connected, Parang parte talaga ng buhay ng isang adolescent ito, At the same time, okay, you're involved in a school. Majority perhaps sa inyo involved in a school, or perhaps many of you, magkakape ako while I'm talking, chika lang tayo so that at least comfortable, I'll try to present myself na yung komportableng pag-uusap ko. At least, basically or generally, you're involved in a school and undergoing a lot of pressure sa school, family life, tsaka yung personal life mo, So, may pressure sa teachers, pressure sa school, pamilya mo, yung parents mo perhaps, maybe pressuring you to do many things or pressuring you to excel in school. At saka may personal ka pa na pinagdadaanan, mga pagka-emotional mo, oo. Tapos walang alam ang parents, no? Perhaps, no, ayaw mo sasabihin sa mga parents mo dahil perhaps ayaw mo, may mga bagay kasi sa isang adolescent, for example, especially in falling in love, no? Tsaka in school, no? Basically, in school, you engage in academics. Kung nandyan ka sa paaralan, no? May mga extracurricular, co-curricular activities. Which is sa ngayon, wala na during the pandemic. Wala na talaga. Then, easily, you can socialize with friends. You can decide to go anywhere you want, no? In fact, ino-off niyo po yung mga cellphone niyo kasi yung mga adolescents na mga kilala ko before, talagang ino-off nila yung cellphone niya kasi parents are monitoring them, no? And then suddenly, all this were not possible anymore due to the current pandemic, no? Sabihin mo, feeling ko ang sad-sad na ng life ko, ano? And then, ano pa? Okay, so in the family, no? Ano bang nangyayari sa mga within the family? You may have varied concerns with parents and siblings and other family-related concerns, no? Tsaka cannot easily open up pa with family related to emotional and other related concerns due to fear, no? Takot na takot kang sasabihin sa parents mo kasi feeling mo, hindi tanggap ng parents mo if you feel something special for another person or may mga feeling mo may mga concerns ka na hindi ka tanggap-tanggap siguro ng mga parents mo, ano? Even engaging in a special relationship may be hidden from parents due to fear that they may not be able to accept falling in love at your age, no? So baka hindi nila tanggap ito, no? So, emotional life, ano to, no? You can feel an intense upsurge of emotions, ups and downs pa lang, no? No? So, during adolescent stage, you feel an intense upsurge of emotions, or perhaps at times, no, you feel so down, no? Bakit? No, this is an emotional stage. Adolescent stage is an emotional stage due to varied physical changes that occur during this stage. The ups and downs of emotion is evident. No? So, sometimes you feel not normal anymore. No? Sasabihin mo sa sarili mo, ano ba to? Abnormal ba ako? No? But this is normal for an adolescent to feel. No? So, ano ba yung depression? Ano ba yung depression? Depression is a common and serious medical illness. No? Paano mo sasabihin na nadidepress or you're undergoing depression? No? Depression has negative effect to, ano yun? The way we feel, I know, you know, the way we feel, the way a person thinks, and the way, no, the way we act. So again, no, depression has a negative effect. Una, sa feelings natin. And then yung mga thinking natin, no? Bakit feeling mo at times you're so negative, parang ang against sa iyo yung mundo, no? And the way you act, no? Ito yung mga effect, no? Effect ng depression. At saka fortunately naman, it is treatable. And it causes feelings of sadness or loss of interest in activities that you once enjoyed. No? So, before, gusto mo pa yung mga specific activities and then all of a sudden, ayaw mo na. No? It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems. No? Nadidepress ka, so pwede siyang mag-lead into variety of emotional and physical problems. Pwede kang masakitin, no? Dahil pala nadidepress ka na. No? Feeling mo may sakit ka, pero pagpunta ng doktor, wala pala. No? Wala pala. Okay, sasabihin lang ng doktor, test, ito lang, psychological lang yan, or nagiging psychosomatic. Pag sasabihin mo kasing psychosomatic, yung feeling mo may sakit ka, nagka-convert tuloy ng physical na manifestation. So feeling mo may sakit ka, wala naman talaga. No? It can decrease your ability to function sa school, tsaka sa work, or sa at home. Work for those already working, but basically for adolescents, nalilesen yung ability to function sa school at tsaka sa bahay. No? Ano ba mga symptoms, no, ng depression, mga signs na ano natin? Una, feeling sad or having depressed, nasa sad ka, no? At saka, loss of interest or pleasure in activities. So again, no, yung mga activities na gustong-gusto mo before, ayaw mo na, no? Nalilesen, no? Change in appetite, no? Weight loss or gain, no? Yung iba, kung gut-centered sila, kain ng kain pag may nadidepress. Yung iba, ayaw naman kumain, no? Okay, so trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, no? Ito din, may mga nadidepress na talagang nahirapan matulog. No? They find it difficult to go to sleep or they may be sleeping too much, ayaw nang gumising. Ano? Loss of energy or increased fatigue. No? Parang parating matamlay, very tired parate. No? Parang life has no meaning, life doesn't want to, parang walang ano walang ka-energy, no? Increase in purposeless activity, no? Inability to sit still, pacing, hand wringing, yung parang restless, no? Napaka-restless, no? Tapos, or slowed movement or speech before, may talagang maganang magsalita, very talkative, and then all of a sudden, no? Parang ayaw na magsalita, and then the movement is so slow na, talagang tipong, I just want to be in one place lang, parang ayaw nang mag-move muna, parang wala na, walang motivation, ano. Feeling worthless, no? Nagigilty sa mga wala akong value, hindi ako importante, nagigilty parate, no? Parang siya parate ang may kasalanan, parang gano'n, no? Difficulty thinking, concentrating, or making decisions. Eto, no? You're trying to concentrate. You want to focus on your academic work, pero ayaw, hindi mo kayang mag-concentrate or mag-focus. Difficulty in thinking and processing information, thoughts of death or suicide, no? Itong nakakatakot kasi din, baka naman sasaktan mo sarili mo, no? Thoughts of death or suicide, and then note, no? Symptoms must last kasi may mga tao na sad lang, pero pag at least mag-last siya ng 2 weeks, no? And more, no? Higher, more than 2 weeks, no? Symptoms must last at least 2 weeks, no? Pag less than 2 weeks, hindi yan talaga depression. Parang mga moments of sadness lang sa buhay natin. And must represent a change in previous level of functioning. So, for a diagnosis for depression. So, yung mga signs and symptoms, makikita yun, no? Aside from at least 2 weeks, nasasad yung tao, yung mga signs and symptoms andun din, no? Makikita, present din yun. Pero only qualified psychologist or psychiatrist is has the is qualified na mag-assess ng whether depressive ka na or not. So one of the major causes of depression is stress, the change. So the current crisis that we are all facing, yung COVID pandemic, has brought so much change, no, sa buhay natin, no. Remember during COVID na March 2020, the whole country seemed to be hijacked, no? Parang huminto ang lahat. Life outside seemed to stop due to COVID pandemic, no? Everyone wore mask, plus now face shield pa, no? Tapos ano pa? Many people lost jobs and many people are hungry, no? Perhaps one of your parents may have lost their jobs, no? And then, ang daming nagutom, ang daming nawala ng trabaho, ang daming nagkasakit, ang daming, yung environment natin, the change, and then it created fear on our part. Yung feeling natin, ano ba, makakasakit ba din na ako nito? Umamatay ba ako? You know, young people like you cannot go to malls and or simply roam around due to government restrictions. Tapos ano pa, no? The word quarantine, no? General community quarantine or GCQ, etc., can be heard on television, internet, and even radio. Okay, so may mga stat pa ng reflecting number of infected and deaths were rising and up to the present times, no? Talagang may mga swab test, mass testing na nangyayari, and then maraming mga tao na asymptomatic daw, oo. But I wanted to read some more about this, okay? Because there are a lot of videos on YouTube on regarding how medical doctors in the US independently and other countries of the world independently made research related to this. Okay, so yun. To the truth, no, behind COVID. So the media has updated us with this new news locally and internationally, and fear was rising that led to anxiety, no? Fear of being infected, anxious with what might happen, no? What might happen next, and then ano pa, no? The biggest effect sa schools and education. Yung mga programming natin sa schools, no? Current context sa schools in the Philippines, no? Many private schools can no longer sustain themselves financially, so they closed. And bigger schools continue but had to hold virtual classes, no? So anong yung mga tanong ng mga young people ngayon? How will I be able to cope with change in school setting? No? I know many of my students are really struggling related to this, no? Nahihirapan mag-submit or makapag-submit man sana pero walang internet connection, no? Or mga gadgets, no? Kulang. Will I be able to graduate? Ano, yun, no? Will my parents be able to cope with financial demands, no? Sa education? Will I be able to go back to school, be in school and connect with classmates? No? Will I be able to see my crush again, boyfriend or girlfriend man, or magkaka-boyfriend pa ba ako nito, no? Will I be able to see my teachers again? That if no, yun nga, anxious din ng mga teachers kasi that if love kami ng mga estudyante namin, baka naman masaya sila na hindi kami nakikita nila, no? Okay. So will I be able to go to the mall or be at public places without being asked to go home? No? Kasi nangyari yan before, no? Yung earlier pa ng COVID na pag ano ng COVID, no? Will there be an end to COVID, no? And okay, will our life go back to normal or embrace the new normal? No? Yun. So, ngayon, the experience called change in education, no, so the new setup is like a bump talaga, no? The private and public schools were not ready to plunge into this change last June 2020, kaya nga pinuspone ng opening ng class to September, no, for public schools. But we had to engage or else schools will not be held for the entire school year 2020-2021. So this brought so much stress of adjusting with a new norm, no, in learning, no, virtual na, no, everything has to be done virtual since the government forbade holding of face-to-face classes or instruction, no. Classes were held either synchronous or asynchronous, no? Kung synchronous naman, synchronous is when students learn the same thing at the same time, no? Whether online or offline, no? So synchronous, no, yung live webinar, mga instant messaging, video conferencing through Google Meet or Zoom ba, mga virtual classrooms through Google Classroom, no? May mga, we do that, no? We're using Google Classroom or sa Zoom with my students. Asynchronous naman is when you are in your own respective homes doing your task independently, no? Doing tasks assigned to you through virtual online platforms like Edmodo, Google, Microsoft, etc. Okay, so yun, no? It's synchronous versus asynchronous, no? So the context of face-to-face learning, ito na nakakamiss. Ako as a teacher, na-miss ko yung mga students when I look at them in the face, with their eyes, no? Kasi I can be very candid in front of my students and it's different, no, when I present myself sa virtual talaga, no? So, eto, no, you go to school, no, you go to school, eto yung mga, ano, you join your class, there are direct guidelines related to focus while in the classroom and the teacher can easily monitor, no, monitor live, the monitoring is live and evident, no? Makikita talaga direct ng teacher. And if there are questions the students would like to ask to the teacher, direct talaga, no? Teacher would be able to respond immediately, no? Unlike sa, ano, no? Sa virtual natin na classes or consultations na at times the teachers are not online, or if teachers are online, maybe doing several tasks and yun, no, hindi ma-attend immediately yung mga concerns ng mga students. Okay, doing it independently is very challenging. Ano bang nangyayari? Like sa bahay natin, no? Sa home context, eto, you know, you wake up in the morning, take your breakfast, take a bath, or some may not be able to take a bath na kasi naman wala namang, wala may sinimutay pa, no, sa Bisaya, or wala may, you know, it's virtual, so nobody would be able to smell you or see, no, kung nag-short pants ka lang or ano bang mga, basta dito on top, no, may makaano lang. Minsan nga, feeling ko, when I join a meeting, I just have to, hindi ako naligo, I just have to be there because the most important thing naman is yung presence ko, tapos I would be able to hear discussions, no. So join your virtual class, no, kahit wala kang ligo, wala pang toothbrush, wala namang mag-smell sa'yo dyan. Okay, so while you're joining in your classroom in the computer, you can turn on your cell phone and explore the internet, which is a distraction. No? Yun ang very challenging thing. And one member of the family can come in and ask you to do something. No? May mga nag-i-interrupt while you're having your classes. No? Yung mga 7 common distractions and how to avoid. Ano ba ito? Social media. No? While holding class, ayan, pwede kang nag-ano ng Facebook, nag-explore ka. Hindi ka naman makikita ng teacher mo. No? what are you are going to do while you are having your class? Do not open muna or access while you're engaging in your online classes. No, another visual distraction. If you assigning a good location for your study area, do not sit on a side of the window where everybody will be. Kung sa window ka, people will pass by or there are distractions, cars, loud sounds and all. Etong sa example ko sa inyo, nasa window ka nga, itong photo dito sa screen natin, no? Pero ang ganda-ganda, no? It's very green, cool, relaxing, and that's very nice, no? And then do not post so much images in front of you so that it will not distract you, no? So, yun, una, no? Mga visual distraction. Another distraction is the bed. Oh my God. If you are situated, no? If your study area is near the bed, or you can stay on the bed, no? Sometimes when I hold my virtual classes, no? Makikita ko some of my students are lying in bed pa. Oo. So, the sight of the bed might distract you and make you no, take a short nap that may lead to longer naps. No? Makakalimutan mo, nasa klase ka pala. One way to get over this is to place your study area outside your bedroom. Okay, another thing, sibling. Okay, siblings can come in. You may ask help from your parents so that your brother or sister, little brother or sister may have tasks no, outside in another room. No? Okay, so sa phone, ayan, while you're doing your class, kung pwede, no, set aside your phone muna, no? Put aside your phone or put it on a silent mode, no? Okay, so television, ayan, bringing your notebook and then have may ano ka, no, nandyan ka in front of the television, nasa iyo pong remote control, o di ba, so kontrolado mo nga yung television, so wala na, study, distracted ka na, no? So you lose focus na, and then household chores pa. You have to tell your parents that, yun, klase mo, bigyan mo ng class schedule yung parents mo so that during the time when you have your classes, parents will not ask you to do some chores. No? Okay, so the point is, there can be lots of distractions. The challenge is discipline and saying no to all this to focus. Again, no, the challenge is discipline and saying no to all this to focus. No? If you cannot impose discipline, life becomes a jumble and you're scattered all over. No? So wala nang ano, scattered na. So you then leave so many things undone, approaching pa yung final exam, no? And then you end up frustrated, stressed, burned out, no? Magpanic na, no? You rattle or panic at the thought of not having to meet up with the demands in school. No? Where are you going? No, that's the question. Do you ever ask yourself that question? Or you don't mind asking yourself this question and keep going until you burn out? Okay, let's talk about stress and mental health, no? So ano ba yung stress, no? Sasabihin natin, stress na good talaga ako, no? Stress is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. So it's a feeling of emotional and or physical tension. It can come from any event or thought that makes you feel frustrated, angry, or nervous. Note, it can come from a thought. No, it may just be a thought, and which makes you feel frustrated, angry, or nervous. No, like you thought you in your thoughts right now, in your thinking right now, nare-recall mo yung mga nangyari na pinag-awayan mo ng mama mo or mga break-up mo ng boyfriend mo or yung failed ka sa exam mo, no? And then it makes you frustrated, angry, or you feel nervous, okay? It's a thought, no? And then, no, stress is your body's reaction to challenge or demand. So may mga reaction like heavy na yung shoulder mo, ang sakit-sakit na, sakit-sakit ng ulo mo, stress, no? Your body's reaction to challenge or demand. In short, no, stress can be positive din, no? Not in short, but let me continue with body's reaction to challenge or demand. So, may mga challenges, no? Like for example, you are in a competition ba or anything related to parang demand, no? For you to produce something, and then the stress can be positive in that manner when it helps you avoid danger or meet a deadline. No? So parang stress ka nga pero if the energy is high, no, it's a positive stress, no. Use stress. Okay, so the mental health, it includes our emotional, psychological, social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. Eto pa, no, yung stress is caused by a stressor. Ano ba yung mga stressors, no? um, yung mga stressors are triggers or causes of stress, no? May mga causes of stress, for example, no? Yung mga tao na nakikita mo, tapos tao na kaaway mo, for example, no? Ayaw mo ng taong yun, stressor yan. Yung init ng panahon, no? Stressor yan, discomfort, no? Okay, so yung traffic or yung weather, away yung kapatid mo, na parati kayo nag-aaway, stressor yan. So, it is a stimulus, a trigger of stress, yung stressor. No? It also helps, sa mental health, going back, no? It helps determine how we handle stress. Especially kung mentally healthy ka, okay yung yung pag-manage ng stress mo and how you relate with others, no? And even how you make a choice. No? Kung stress ka, ang hirap, no? Maging sane in terms of making that choice. No? Okay, mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and then adolescence to adulthood. Yan. And mental health is equated with balance. Kailangan talaga ang balance sa buhay natin. No? How to cope with stress, depression, and other negative emotion. How to achieve balance ba? No? Okay, so regular exercise, are you on exercise or nasa TV ka lang, nasa internet ka lang parate? No? Can you please go out of your house, no? Do some exercise. No? It helps create positive feeling and improves our mood. Another, no, getting enough sleep on a regular basis talaga, no? 6 to 8 hours at night, sleeping earlier, no? Like 8, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, no? And getting 8 to 10, 8 hours, no? Yung mga bata kasi, higher yung number of, no? Higher number of hours. No? They spend longer number of hours, no, in sleeping, like 8, 10, or some even kids, no, they sleep up to 12 hours. Wow, no? Getting enough quality sleep on a regular basis, no? And then eating a healthy diet, no? Not so much of junk food, no? Avoid alcohol kasi depressant si alcohol. What do you mean by depressant? You feel so low, no? At times, pag ano ka with alcohol, no? Soaked with alcohol, you're drunk, no? Umiiyak ka na, no? For example, for those na na-experience na naging drunk, kasi na-experience ko rin yan, no? I'm not gonna say, I haven't experienced that, and I felt so low, gusto ko lang umiyak, yun. And it can help also, no, reduce symptoms of depression. Okay. Okay, so what else, no? Reminders, if you're experiencing symptoms of depression, a first step is to see your family physician or psychiatrist. And then it talks about your concerns and request a thorough evaluation, no? Related to your condition. This is a start to addressing mental health needs. No? You ask help from your parents din, no, for this. So the EQ way naman, tuturuan ko kayo, no? How to cope with stress. Una kasi si Daniel Goleman yung nag-introduce nito. This is just a brief, no, discussion about EQ, no, emotional intelligence. And it is a balance between your rational mind and the emotional mind. I'll get separate talk on this, but let me describe, no, what this is all about. When you say self-awareness para kay Goleman, it is your ability to name the feeling. This is domain 1. No? I-name mo yung feeling, no? If you're sad, sasabihin mo, sad ako. At saka ang nakatrigger ng sadness ko or angry ako, ang nakatrigger ng sadness ko or anger ko ay yung mama ko or papa ko o yung kapatid ko. Okay? So it's evenly hovering, parang neutral mood ka lang, i-observe mo lang. You don't make any judgment na galit ako, bad ako na tao. No, hindi yun. No? You just say, angry, galit ako sa tao na ito. And then you just observe. Another is, number 2 is self-regulation. Ito, no? From self-awareness, domain 2 is self-regulation. You have to manage it, no? You have to find diversion, no? You can go to the mall, you can go somewhere else to relax, surf the net, just, no, pull out from the person for a while. And unique tayo in terms of pag-manage. I cannot tell you to calm down, or do this or do that because this is effective to me. No? Again, naniname mo na yung feeling mo, galit ka nga. So, self-regulation is managing it. Find a way to pull out muna. And then pangatlo is motivation, domain 3, tuloy ang buhay. No? Ngayon, galit ka sa boyfriend mo, nag-break up kayo, ito self-awareness, galit mo. To manage it, pull out ka muna, no? Pull out ka muna sa place, punta ka somewhere. pero tuloy ang buhay, trabaho pa rin, aral pa rin, no? It's because people who give up easily, yung EQ nila talagang low yun, no? It's an EQ issue. Now, to challenge you from your IQ, no? Tapos yung EQ, i-discuss ko po ito with my other trainings, no? But then, this one is, kasi it's an aptitude, no? Motivating oneself is an EQ aptitude talaga. No? You continue living despite your circumstance. Despite na namatayan, despite na ako, bago lang namatay yung papa ko, no? But then, the decision to continue living and to help other people and to come up with sacrifices for my father, no, na sumalangit, no, for him to be able to, I believe in heaven and I believe that he'll go to heaven and what I'm doing is to make sacrifices for him, no. So motivation, tuloy ang buhay, at saka domain 4 is empathy, no. Kung kaya ko itong self-awareness, regulation, motivation, and empathy is being able to sense another person, to put yourself in the shoes of the person. So you're able to, kasi pag nakifeel mo na yung sarili mo, mararamdaman mo din sila if they are feeling it this way, no? If they're angry, makikita mo yun sa facial expression, kahit wala silang sinabi, no? Goldman said that 10% lang daw sa atin ginagamit ating words to express ourselves and verbal, no? Pero 90% daw non-verbal, no? Hindi natin ini-express yung mga gusto natin sanang i-express sa mga tao. So mga gagamitin na lang natin yung facial expression kasi hindi na natin kaya i-express verbally. Ano? So mostly, non-verbal daw yung mga communication natin. No? Kaya kailangan ng empathy, makiramdam, you wait for the right time, ayun. At saka, kung marunong ka sa empathy, social skills, no, you can shape an encounter. And how do you do this? No? Listening. You listen to a person na galit, you just don't say anything. Etong taong ito, makakam down ito. In fact, no, ma-appreciate pa niya na nakikinig ka sa kanya, no, itong social skill. Don't worry, I'll have a separate video talaga on emotional intelligence because this is a human relation skills and this is, no, human relations sa bahay, sa boyfriend or sa girlfriend o mag-aasawa ka in the future or sa workplace mo, no, mga kasama mo sa, ano, yun. Okay, the check and balance, no? Check your current engagement, no, mga estudyante kayo. What keeps you busy at this time? Are you more of spending time sa internet or are you really doing your work as a student, no? Saka nagpapanik, no? Sana, no, i-check mo ito, check and balance. Where do most of your time go? Tingnan mo nga, if most of your time is going somewhere else, I really know it's good to be responsible, no, with where you are now. This is part of the training, part of your exposure. Are you spending your time wisely? No? Are you spending, no? It starts with the self, no? Alagaan mo ang sarili mo, no? First, learn to love yourself first, no? You can never give what you don't have. Yun ang sabi sa self-awareness, no? Yung magsimula, yung sa EQ, no, na concept, magsimula sa sarili. Find time to socialize online, no? One of the diversions, and then, but know your limit, no? Know your limit. What else? No, find your passion, arts, planting, cooking, other skills, no? Painting, and then spend some quality time with family. Do some exercise, jog, bike, Zumba, etc. Na ako, nag-Zumba na ako ngayon, no? Okay, so, if you find yourself too sad, go check reason, no? Apply yung EQ, no? Kasi EQ talaga, it's a balance between rational mind, the rational mind and the emotional mind, no? Which I'm going to discuss more in a separate video. Okay, so think of living one day at a time. Do not think so much ahead, no? Because it will create anxiety. Or if you live in the past, you will live in regret, no? And you will never enjoy the present moment. Okay. So, ang hirap mag-enjoy sa present moment kung ito, you are actually, no, influenced pa sa past mo. When you're so stressed, just drop everything and take a break, no? This is what I'm doing with myself. Okay, no, to take a break, no? Learn to wait. Waiting for teachers' response with your online queries, or try to check also, because teachers, like ako personally, na-overwhelm ako with inquiries from students, no? Kasi I gave everything already, including the guidelines, but then they don't read, or perhaps they read, but they did not understand. So I do not reply anymore. So I placed in the guidelines na if I don't reply, it means it's in the guidelines, okay? So learn to wait, and there can be lots of things, no? And because the waiting can, you know, The waiting, they serve best now, those who wait, according pa sa isang pare, no? But we have to learn to wait, no? Okay. So let go of your cell phone at times, no? Set it aside, spend time with your loved ones without the cell phone. Spend some time with yourself, no? Spend some time with yourself. Pull out somewhere, go somewhere, read a good book, drink, no? With a very a favorite drink that you have. Ako, yung coffee ko, my favorite drink. But then this is not just a regular coffee, it's a herbal coffee. Okay. Okay, so find time to be quiet and pray, no? Eto, no, young people, um, kasi para na yatang most neglected daw yata ang prayer, no? Um, find the time to be quiet and just pray, no? Go somewhere else silent, no? Find that place, no? The decision to check and balance is yours, it's not mine, no? And the decision to live your life well, mentally and physically healthy is yours also. No? Just do it. Just do it. No? Just do it. Parang Nike, ano, a synthesis no journey towards wholeness as self. Eto, your young life is a journey and a continuous search, no? It is a process, no? It does not happen automatic, no, of everything at one point lang. No? You do not get answers to all your questions outright. Thus, there is a need to wait. No? While you wait, you can take your time and do things that will make you grow as a person. Always decide to be kind in all circumstances with yourself and other people. No? Always decide to grow even in painful situations. And in the end, always choose God. No? Choose God in your life. You may not be able to see the end yet at this time in your life, no? But then, no, always remember when you have God, the end is not a problem because you always expect Him to be there with His best answer to your situation. Okay, so God knows best. Just sail, live a day at a time, be passionate with your life. Okay, so pray and pray harder. No, you will end up no a winner with God. Okay. Let me pray for you no, for this presentation. Heavenly Father, I pray for young people participating no, in this talk that they may learn to value their life despite their challenging time, that they will choose to embrace life and to value their families, parents, and siblings, that they will appreciate the efforts of their teachers and school leaders, that they will choose you, God, above the temptations and materialism that the world offers. I pray in Jesus' name through the intercession of the Blessed Mother Mary. Amen. So please like my YouTube channel. No, this is I rarely put videos lately, because I was busy with creating videos for my classes also. But I hope you could also like and subscribe so that I would be able to at this time I may have more time to prepare videos, no? And so you could be updated with latest in my YouTube channel. Okay, so again, no, this is first of the Developing Positive series for adolescent, no, for Positive Attitude for Adolescent series, no. So for until the next video, no, I'll be presenting enhancing one's emotional intelligence and saan bang better, no? Ano bang that would make you thrive with life? Saan doon, no? So yun. Okay, so thank you very much and God bless you all.